Hey everybody, what's it, Fox Gaming here. So this video today is showing you the brand new repair trap that launched in Season 2, and you unlock it specifically by completing the Manhunt Hornet. Now this is available as of today, the release of this video, and the good news is that once you complete Titan, which is available today, you've only got to do part of the mission for Hornet, which is actually West Potomac, so that's specifically Tidal Basin, just down here. What on earth happened to my map there? Oh, there we go. Yeah, you've only actually got to do the first two areas of this mission, and weirdly it gives you the repair trap at the start, so I've not actually completed this yet. So what I've done is I've tested the trap in PvE and PvP. Now I'm going to be totally honest with you right from the get-go before I even go into what this does. It is incredibly underwhelming. I cannot see any scenario other than in the second boss room, the second boss fight of the raid, that this will be useful. So I apologise to sort of start the video with that negative vibe, but I've tested this in a couple of conflict games in DZ and in a bit of PvE, and I can't see why you would use this over the Hive or the Chem Launcher, or both in conjunction with each other. So let's have a look at what it does. The repair trap scatters a minefield of small devices capable of repairing friendlies in their proximity. Cooldowns reduce when traps expire. The cooldown is 37.3 seconds, and the traps repair 809k. That's based on my particular build here, which is a 6 yellow Future Initiative build. The repair radius is only 0.5 meters, and the duration is 112 seconds. They do last quite a long time, and you see the PvP repair is about half. So the way that these work, let me just go somewhere I can actually throw them. Is they throw out a line of traps. Now they do definitely have some advantages. So unlike the Chem Launcher, which gives a burst heal and then a heal over time, but if you fire a second one it doesn't do a new burst heal, you have to wait for the original one to expire or do it on a new person. This is different. So when you throw them out by targeting, you see the line just here, you get 8 in total for skill tier 6, 2 for skill tier 0. The width stays the same regardless of how far out you throw it, and you cannot change the angle. It is always parallel to your character's face. So this is what I didn't like first of all. If I wanted to line it up with this, but I was in cover here, can't do it. I've got to come out, walk around, drop it here, go back into cover. Now when you walk over one, as you get close, it has a very tiny 0.5 meter radius there. Instant burst heal when you go over it. So let's just try and hurt myself here. Take as much damage as possible here. No, I can't because I'm in out of combat. Basically it will heal pretty much all your health. It's an 800k heal. The downs and the advantage of this is that if you run over all of them, it instantly burst heals every single time. So in conflict this has some potential utility that could work. I tested it out and I didn't think it worked very well at all. Now you see the cooldown there that's gone to 10 seconds. Now it's just an orange bar over the skill and on my HUD. If I were to break this down, I instantly get it back. So you can redeploy it all the time, and that is another strength of it. You can just get it straight back out. Some of the weaknesses of this trap. So we know it has a very good heal. We know it has technically the strongest heal in the game if you run over all of them at the same time, because it will burst, 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 burst. So in conflict and dark zone this could be very strong. In PvE though there is just no need for that kind of healing, and the problem is if you're full health you still detonate them. They've all gone now. Now I've got to wait the 13 seconds for them to come back. So yeah, you know, if you sat there with a team and you're trying to heal them and you just throw them at your feet, people are either going to have to not move at all, because if it lands at your feet and you don't move, they don't detonate, or you're going to have to throw them behind you, and then if somebody needs a heal they're going to have to quickly dip backwards to dip into it. So seems quite clunky from that point in terms of just the basic aiming and the fact that they only do that one-off heal. Yes, it's a very powerful heal, don't get me wrong, and you can sort of redeploy it quite frequently, so there are strengths. Another use for this that I potentially saw was we have a look at the overcharge here. So tier 6 gives us an additional 6 traps on top of the 2 and 120% skill repair. Overcharge still gives us the same 6, so 8 in total, a little bit more repair, but it also gives us status effect immunity for 10 seconds. Now this is really unique. There are very few skills or abilities in the game that can give you any kind of status effect immunity. So the one place that I saw this could be very strong is, as I was saying, if you fight the new raid, Iron Horse raid, the second boss, for those of you that haven't done it, you would always have a healer in that room by themselves, sort of dealing with all the codes and so on and the water pressure. You're on fire constantly in that room, so you do blast through your healing unless you make like a fire immune build. This trap would negate the need to do that. So I think in that very niche situation, this could really keep your health topped up quite nicely. You could just set a line from the water pressure valve to the console that you sat at, and then just go through one at a time and give yourself that 10-second immunity whilst you're overcharged. So this might be a good opportunity to use something like Acosta's or Energize as a backpack. You know, they hardly get used at all anymore, and just giving yourself that status immunity every 60 seconds could be very powerful. So it definitely has some place in the game. In conflict though, I didn't find a use for this at all. You know, I thought with a status immunity for 10 seconds, if I use Energize on my backpack, which is when you pop a med kit, you give yourself overcharge for 60 seconds. I thought it could be really good, but on paper it just doesn't work. It doesn't heal fast enough. Yes, you can sprint through it, and even if you run over the top of one and it detonates behind you, it actually still heals you, which is really nice. But in practice, it was just awful. It's too clunky, the cooldowns are too long, and it just didn't work very well. The healing is very good, so the Hive heals for 372k for each of its charges. This heals for 800k. The Chem Launcher, which gives you, I believe, 9 charges if you use the mod on a skill tier 6 build. Yeah, 9 charges. Heals for 1.2 million, so that's already 50% more. And it gives us a repair over time of 250k over 9 seconds if you use Murakami, or about 8 to 7 seconds if you don't. So you're talking like 3 million heal here, just for firing one Chem Launcher. So I can't see a scenario where I wouldn't use the Hive to heal the group and the Chem Launcher to heal someone in the distance with future initiative that's going to pass the heal through the backpack, or just the general set to everybody else. I can't see a situation where using this in conjunction with the Chem Launcher, the Seeker Mender, the Hive, I just don't see why I would use this other than Boss Fight 2 in Iron Horse. Fieser, I think his name is. I think that's honestly the only place that I would use this. Yes, overcharging is nice because you get the status immunity. Let me just do that now. So you see these are overcharged now and they're glowing a slightly different colour. Now if you look on our screen there, our HUD, you see that we've got the shock trap symbol there. I believe that is our status immunity. So now, probably left this too late. I did leave it too late. Damn it. Yeah, so you know, the fact that we are status immune is kind of cool, but you know, the traps are so limited in their radius. It's the same radius regardless of where you throw it, and you can't, as I say, you can't change. I've clicked every single button that I can. You cannot change this line. You can't place it right at your feet either. I think the only way you can is if you're in cover and you just tap the button that it's equipped to. You do a little yeet in the air. There you go. It doesn't go off unless you move. And the fact that it doesn't leave a heal over time, I was under the impression from the little video that you can watch at the front desk that shows the skills that these would be a bit like the Fixer drone and release, like I thought there'd be a heal over time, but they're not. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the skill trap. I'm not convinced that it's very good at all. I think this is, it's better than the Seeker mine, the Seeker Mender, but apart from fighting Fieser, boss 2 of Iron Horse, I honestly can't see any other applications. Please let me know what you all think about this trap if you unlock it. If you do want to see some footage of a legendary mission or some conflict gameplay, I will group up with my squad and I'll try and show you how it plays. I've already tried all of those things just by matchmaking, and honestly I thought it was terrible, but I'm happy to give you some extra footage. I just wanted to get this video out there for you first to let you know my honest thoughts on it. I apologise if I have come across as negative. This is just pure honesty from my part. You know, I use healers quite a lot in legendary content and not at all in conflict, admittedly, because I don't like them. Honestly, I've been racking my brains for the last hour just trying to think of where I would use this, and that one boss fight is all I could think of. Thank you very much for sticking through to the end of the video, and I do appreciate the continued support of the channel. Let me know in the comments if you do want to see any gameplay with this. I didn't bother with this one, but if you do want to see some gameplay, please let me know. I will see you all in the next video. Peace!